Hi everyone, this is James from Praagh, a spirit medium for the past 30 years, and New York Times best-selling author. And I've been around teaching people and really being the voice of the spirit world for many, many years and around the world teaching people. And in the last video, I shared with you ways of contacting these spirit guides and how to work with them. Today, I'm excited to share with you insider keys on mastering the art of mediumship. These are some of the very techniques that I've personally utilized in my own development, and I think will go a long way with yours. So the first technique I want to share with you is to, number one, be aware of yourself, be aware of you, that you are a spirit having a human experience, and try to see yourself as a spirit. So, you being a spirit, I want you now to close your eyes and project yourself as a spiritual being outside of your body, as if your feet are standing on the top of your shoulders. And I just want you to feel what it's like and the atmosphere around your head. What does that energy feel like? What does it feel like to be in that space above and around you? For that's the space that the spirit people reside. So I just want you to become familiar with what that space feels like. And now as you become familiar with that space, I just want you to maybe write down, make a list of words that really describe that space. Is it peaceful? Is it comforting? Is it lovely, beautiful? Do you feel at home? Do you feel connected to the universe? Whatever you feel, whatever you can describe, just make a list of words that describes that space around you. Because in mediumship, we use the space all around us in order to connect with the spirits. The more you know about that space, the more that you can tell about the space around you, the atmosphere around you, and the mind can go there and explore that space, the closer you'll be to the spirit, and it'll be easier for the spirit people to come close to you. And now I'd like to share with you one of the most important and major mediumship tools that you need to know and to have, to learn, to use every time you do mediumship. It's vitally important. In order for you to link in with the spirit world, they need energy. You can't drive a car without fuel. Same thing with mediumship. Your tank has to be full. You have to have energy. You have to have power in order for you to make that link with spirit. So how do you get this power? And what is power that we're talking about? Well, power really is the energy. It's a pure energy of love, divine love, the sense of connecting with the divine source of all. And how I do that, and how I'd like you to practice doing that, is to just close your eyes and take several deep breaths into your heart and become aware of your own divinity, your own spirit. And begin to feel or begin to sense a feeling, an energy like percolating, bubbling sensation from your toes all the way up. All the chakra points going to open up and start bubbling with excitement and joy of your own energy. And let that energy build up, go all the way up out of the head and in the atmosphere all around you. I want you to fill up that atmosphere all around you with this energy, with this vibration of enthusiasm, of joy, of love. And it's your own energy. It's your own excitement for doing the work. Remember, the spirit people will not want to come into your space if it's not an exciting space. I often see it as a geyser of energy. And that's many, many times I'll see that. And I envision this beautiful light coming up. And I really will have this light go all around me. And at which point I know now that it's time, I'm in the center of my power and my space. I invite that spirit. I'm becoming very, very aware of the space around me. And in my thoughts, I invite the spirit or spirit world to come close. I invite them to come into my space by saying, dear spirit friend, step into my space right now and share any information that you would like me to bring through. And then immediately you'll begin to become aware of this space changing, this illuminated space, which is your power, your energy. You'll be aware right over here of someone. Let's say it's a male energy. I feel a male energy coming in. And what you want to do now is just really let that male energy in, invite them into the space. Once you're aware of them in that space, invite them to the party. Say, welcome, welcome, dear friend. Please use me. Come in and use my mind any way you'd like. And what you want to do is merge, is let that spirit merge their mind with your mind, their spirit with your spirit, and become one. And your ego has to step to the side. So you give more room for this man to come in. Now, I know this man would have died around 72 years of age. And as this man comes close to me, I'm aware that he had trouble walking. And I know that his right leg, because I'm getting things physically, so you might pick up things physically, I know this right leg was affected by this man. I'm very aware he had a white mustache. I'm very aware also he had hair growing out of his ears at the end, which is very interesting. I know that his wife died after him, not before him. So I'm just aware of it as he comes into my space. And I think he was laid up at one point with the problem with that leg and the hip. I know that to be true. And I know that his wife was before him. And anyway, continue on. And as I bring this man closer to my space, I know he's building up more and more information because I'm letting him enter my space and become me. I become him, he becomes me. And that's a real important thing. So I know that this man is real. Now, another thing which you should know is when you bring through the spirit, you have to make statements like, I know that I'm 72 years of age. I know that I have white hair. I know that my right leg was not working well. So you're going to make the statements of, I know. That's really important. And then you'll be able to tell your recipient who's sitting in front of you, do you understand this information? They'll say, yeah, that's my grandfather. I understand everything about that. So try that one. And again, take time, practice to bring up the power. You might just want to sit for a while, just bring up the power and see what that feels like for you. Before you bring through a spirit, acknowledge your own power and how that feels like. Because remember, you need to sustain the power in order for that link to continue. The spirit people are in a very high vibration and they have to lower themselves down to our level. And we have to bring ourselves up to their level. So that's sustaining your power. Sometimes when you don't sustain the power and you drop, you could fall back into the psychic. And then you're saying, I know you're having a hard time with work. I know you can't find love in your life. Well, that's coming from a psychic, the solar plexus area, not from the mediumistic. So remember, it's really about sustaining your power, bringing your power up. So work with that for a couple of times, for at least 3 or 4 times. I just want you to become really familiar with what your power feels like, how to raise it up, bring it up, sustain it, and work with it. So do that first. And then once you've established that, then you can become aware of that atmosphere around you, and then you'll be ready to invite the spirit in next to you. The next technique, I want you to, in your mind's eye, as you close your eyes, I want you to call in with your thought the name of a relative of yours that you did not know in this lifetime. So it might be a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, someone in your family that you do not know a lot about. Just ask them with your thoughts to come into your space right above your head. Come into your space. And as you have them come into that space, I just want them to start speaking to you. Start telling you as if a story what their life was like, where they grew up, what their young childhood was like, things that they did when they were younger, interests that they had, hobbies that they had, things they wanted to accomplish in their life, characteristics of themselves that you didn't know about. It's as if you're reading a book, a biography of someone, and just let them, in your mind, just fill your mind up with all of this information about themselves. So in a way, I just want you to feel that you yourself, your ego self, steps aside to the left side and let that spirit come close and close and blend with you, merge with you, if you will, and you become them. They become you, you become them. You now know all about this life and just retain all this information. At 14 years of age, this happened. At 20, I moved to this space. At 27, this happened. I wanted this type of work. Whatever it is, just retain it. When the connection is finished and you feel that there's no more information for them to give you, I just want you to open your eyes, and if you can, then start jotting down on a pad all the information you received, and then ask a family member later on about this exercise, about the information you received in this exercise, and see what this information means. Does it make sense to anybody? Can it be validated? I think you'll be very, very surprised with your results. Here's another technique I want to share with you, which helped me in my development. Now, for this one, you're going to need a partner, a friend, and you can do this on the telephone. You can even do it via Skype. Any way you can is fine. So you are going to be the medium now, and the person is going to be your client. And what the idea of this is this following. You are going to have them tell you the name of a person they want to contact and the relation, and that's it. So let's say they say, Mother Alice. What I want you to do with that information, those 2 bits of information, is I want you just to sit with that information and begin to shift your awareness. Go through your preliminary work as far as climbing in and up and bringing your power up, opening up each energy center, bringing up your power and your awareness, opening up, become aware of the space above you and around you as you're still saying the name and the relationship of that person. So Mother Alice, Mother Alice. And then you can even invite Mother Alice to come into your space and start speaking to you. Now, just because your participant, your friend, your partner asked that person, that means that they're there because they've asked for them. That means they're right next to them. So it'll be easy for you, the medium, to get them because they're already present. Otherwise, your participant wouldn't have asked for that person. So they're already in this space. So all your job is just to open up the space above you and let this Mother Alice come through and just ask her to just give you 3 pieces of information that the loved one would understand. So it can be, perhaps, how did she pass away? And maybe there's a part of your body. Say, how did you pass away? And let this mother go to a part of your body and feel a sensation, perhaps the heart, or perhaps the head, or perhaps she fell. So see what part of your body receives a sensation from this Mother Alice, and just write down or share with your partner the sensation of the body part. The next thing you may want to get, another piece of information. What kind of work did Mother Alice do? Was she just a homemaker, or did she work at a factory? Did she work at a store? Was she a lawyer? I also want to know now, perhaps you can get the time of when she passed away, around the age. So let's say you're going to say to Mother Alice, please give me the age you were when you passed this earth. What age were you? Now, you may get it right away with a single number, or you may receive it on 5-year increments, such as 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90. And once you get that increments, start to go smaller. So let's say 75 to 80. So 75 to 80. And then in your mind's eye, I want you to see 75 to 80 and see what number lights up. 78, 78. So I know it's 78. That's how you get the ages. So try that. So now we have the lady here, we have personality trait, how she died, the part how she died, and the age that she was, and the hobby or the work that she did. So it's a 3 pieces of information, evidential information that you can give to the person that you're working with. Is very good validation and evidence. Remember, this is a process. You're not going to get things right the first time, but try it out and practice, practice, practice. This is a great technique and a fun technique, which will probably be the first time you've ever heard it. Now, there are 2 ways you can do this. The first is you work with a participant. So you have a participant and they give you the name of a person that has passed over to the world of spirit. So let's say they say the name of John. What I want you to do as a medium is I want you to go through your preliminary groundwork where you open yourself up. You go through each chakra point, opening yourself up to your own divinity, getting into your space of receptivity to work as a medium, being aware, of course, of the space above you, bringing up your power all the way, inviting that John person in. John, come into my space and start to speak. And then I want you to speak out loud as fast as you can any words you want to say, any words that come into your mind. Don't think about it, just speak it. So John is going to be coming and influencing you to say certain words. Your participant will be listening or writing down words. It's better if they listen because they're writing down, they're not there with you. So your job as a medium is to get out of the way and just let this John come through and inspire you with words. Faster the better, because then you won't think. You won't get to the earth mind. And just make them come through. Just let it come through as fast as you can. So that's spontaneous speaking, giving the spirit the room, the space they need to come through as quickly as they can because they're in that faster vibration. Okay? Now, the next way you can do it is you can do this for yourself. So you as the medium, you're going to be the medium and the recipient at the same time. So at your desk, you can either sit there wherever you want to sit in a chair, be comfortable, and ask for a spirit of your own that has passed over, and let them come through and start speaking to you in your mind like a stream of consciousness. Remember, your focus is going to be over here. You're going to go through all your preliminary groundwork as the medium, receiving, and then you're going to call them into your space and let them download into you, download a stream of consciousness as fast as they can, and you just take it in and listening. And you'll be very, very interested to see what comes through, because there'll be information that'll come through you didn't know about. And it'll just come on in. And then after a while, you'll feel the power just start dwindling down. And that's when you know it's time to stop. Stop the connection and thank the spirit for coming in. And then you come back into your consciousness of the body, of your regular mind. And then in your mind, you'll know the information that came down. You might want to write it down because you'll forget it. So start writing it down. And then ask a family member, does this information make sense? So spontaneous speaking works really, really well, and it's really an exercise to get the earth mind out of the way and let the spirit speak through you. Try it out. Practice. It works really well the more you do it. So if you've been enjoying the insights of these last few videos, I have great news for you. For the very first time, I'm coming out with my Mediumship online certification course. This course draws together all the various techniques and methods which I have used over the past 35 years to become one of the most well-known mediums in the world. And now I'm ready to share these techniques with you. Over 8 in-depth weeks, I'm covering everything from the mechanics of mediumship, how to blend with the spirit, meditation, how to use symbols, how to interpret messages, how do you correctly communicate with the spirit and bring through the message the spirit wants to bring through. What is power? How do you get into your power? What is divine consciousness? How do you make a link and a contact, and how do you sustain that contact? What is trance mediumship, and what is alternative ways of communicating through trance mediumship? How do you use your spirit guides, and what is a gatekeeper? How can you use your spirit guides in a daily way where they can help you on your own spiritual journey? And I'm also going to bring you out in the field where I will show you and demonstrate to you how to do target mediumship and how to work with a group. I actually have people there in the room working with each other for the very first time to show you how to work with the energy and how to make your contacts. And of course, I will be covering how you can be a successful medium in your own business, setting up your business practice. What do you do? You know, so many people have a hard time bringing spirituality and business, making a success. I'm going to give you my secrets and guidance on how to make your mediumship business a very, very successful one. This course is for anybody who feels a calling to either delve into the unseen world and understand the communication between the two worlds, or for mediums who are already established in their business who want to develop further. And at the end, you'll walk away with a certification from the James Van Praagh School of Mystical Arts that you are confidently able to reach the other side with messages of evidential details. And that, my friends, in itself is worth quite a lot. You know, friends, I was like you one time. I really was someone who didn't really believe in themselves, didn't know if they could do this, had no confidence, didn't trust the visions that I had, the thoughts that I had in my head. I knew they were from spirit, but I didn't know how to control them. I didn't know how to control the power. I didn't know how to present the information I was given. And I had learned through many, many years and sitting in development the perfect way of really reaching out to the spiritual realms and having them work with me. And I have perfected it to this course so that now I'm able to teach and bring forth that wisdom, that information that the Spirit has given me so I can share it with you. So you don't have to be like I was. You can be a very trusting and confident medium. Friends, this is an opportunity for you to invest in yourself. I remember many, many years ago when a medium came to me and told me that I was a medium and didn't even believe him. If I didn't believe in him, didn't believe in myself, have the courage or the faith to take that leap and do what he told me to do, I wouldn't be here today. Sometimes we've got to step out of what's comfortable to really invest in ourselves. This is an investment not only in your future, your spiritual future, but everybody who you share this earth with. You are going to touch the souls and lives of everybody who you come in contact with. I've had so many spirits come through and say, if only they knew this when they were alive, they would behave differently. They would have done more spiritual things, made better choices, come from love instead of fear. Now is your opportunity to come from a space of love, to help, to heal, to bring your light to this world. We need you. Take the opportunity, take the time to invest in yourself and for everybody who walks upon your path who you can enlighten. And I'm here to tell you that in celebration of the launch of the first online mediumship certification course, there is an early bird special. As a special gift to you, I'm offering an incredible discount for a limited time only. Remember, friends, there are no accidents, and you're here because you're meant to be here. So I believe in divine timing, and the divine timing has come. So I hope you'll join me for the JVP Mediumship Online Certification Course. Take advantage of this rare opportunity and sign up now at the jvpschoolofmysticalarts.com.